How are y'all doing? It's me, Gaboon. Man, it feels so weird to do that intro. It's been a minute since I did that. It feels funny. But you know what else is funny to me? Sniper Wolf. Not funny in the sense that she's actually an entertaining person. Don't take me down for that. That's not harassment. It's just a little joke. Please, YouTube. but no, she's funny to me for a different reason. But now, if you don't know who Sniper Wolf is, she's one of the largest creators on the platform with a total of like 34 million subscribers. And the way she's gotten this, not downplaying her success, but her content is mostly reactions to TikToks, you laugh, you lose, and even some reactions to Darman, which I'm actually going to say she gets permission for since she's been in his videos before. Now, with that comment being said, even though I'm not going to sit here and criticize her for my own reasons, because it'd probably be hypocritical on my end, honestly. You know who else? Who will actually have the right to criticize her and have no type of filth on their porch? Jax Films. Now, if you don't know who Jax Films is, he's made an atrocious amount of videos on Sniper Wolf, but I feel like the main reason being is because for the content she does, he's criticizing that type of content, and she is one of the biggest, if not the biggest creator in that space that she does things in, then of course she's probably going to be the target, or at least the main target of that type of content when saying, hey, here's why this content kind of sucks. Now, there'd be nothing wrong with Sniper Wolf's content if she was a little bit more transformative with it, but it's just kind of like she just sits there and says, ooh, wow, whoa, for 8 minutes straight, just to stretch out the time mark to get stuff like ads for stuff like revenue and whatnot. Now, the same thing can be said for me with how I do things. I would like to think I'm still somewhat transformative, like whenever I react to something like an Attack on Titan trailer, for example. I would like to think that even if during the trailer I'm kind of like the, ooh, wow, then maybe after that where I'm giving my thoughts and opinions on what happened, then maybe that could still be considered transformative. I would like to think I'm like that, but it can still be debated that I'm not the best when it comes to reactions either. So I'm not going to sit here and say your content sucks because of this, because honestly, I'm not the most original person either. But I still would like to say there's a difference between just stealing content and kind of transforming it into a way where it's still your own content at the end of the day. And also, you need to credit the people that you react to. Like, I'm never going to really react to a TikTok because I just don't feel like it'd be that great. And now with bringing up how she steals content, I want to bring up this little point right here as well. She's apparently suing her husband currently for the fact that he used to write not only scripts for her reactions, but also film the gameplay that she would use. So not even that was original. I mean, we already knew that's been known for a minute, but still. And I think the reason being was because they used to have a 50-50 thing, but I think they broke up, so now it's just like, since he's getting nothing, so he's just like, hey, I did this, I want my fair share of things, which honestly rightfully deserved, because, within everything, I mean, he's actually the original one, even if what was being written down was, ooh, wow. Anyways, we're moving past my opinions on her content, because we're not here to talk about her content. We're here to talk about a certain drama that she's gotten into involving doxxing, actually. And this tweet comes from Jax Films himself. Sniper Wolf just doxed me on her Instagram. Creepy, gross, violating. What you did is disgusting. You steal content and stalk YouTubers. At YouTube, demonetize this dangerous creator, in parentheses, or just get her off your platform. She posted an IG story right outside of our home and deleted it. Should I go visit Jax Films? He lives 5 minutes away from my shoot. And she has the Yas clean or the no, that might be not a great idea. On the surfacing, like this story, you would think, well, that's not really doxing. She's just saying if I should show up to somebody's house, which is still weird because you're saying, should I just go to their house whenever they don't know you're coming? Maybe. But either way, that's still a little weird. But it's not this that did the doxing. It's the thing we're about to look at. Now, if you're looking at this and saying, whoa, why is this blurred out right here? Well, it's because this is actually Jack's house, and it has under this let's talk like adults at Jack's Films. I mean, you're literally outside of somebody's house. Even if it's not his, it's still outside of somebody's house with an area that's very easily just found. And somebody can just look at that and be like, oh, I know this area. And if they can see the house number like they can, then they can just go to that area, find the house number, and then something dangerous could happen. Somebody could get killed, somebody could get abducted. Anything that's pretty much terrible could happen to that person, whether it's Jack's Films or not. But it is Jack's Films. However, calling her out for doxing somebody is apparently defamatory, as then she sent out a story saying this: accusing me of doxing is defamation. I have no idea how to dox. I do. I'm just not going to, because it's just never going to have a good outcome. He literally posted his address on Google and said I threatened him and doxed him. Now, you might be able to find a lot on Google, but she's treating Google like it's like the epitome of everything the internet. Like, you can't just go on there and Google somebody's address unless they publicly say it themselves. And she's saying that he's not said it, he just posted his address on Google. Treating like it's a tweet or something, And also going to her stories again, like she posts this thing about how many videos he's made on her, which yes, he's made a lot, but like I've said before, based on the content she makes and how she is pretty much the biggest creator doing this type of content, and that's what he's criticizing, yeah, you're probably going to be the main target of that. But she posts this on her stories. This is obsessive behavior? Is this really the only way you can get views on YouTube? Don't you have a wife? Now, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, it does, because Sniperwolf comes back and decides to play victim with this. This creep has been harassing me for months, then plays victim saying I threatened him when I just wanted to talk to him. I have no ill intentions. It's so sad when people have to constantly create drama to pay their bills. Alright, now let's be honest here. If somebody were to show up outside of your house unannounced and then pretty much put it online, I would consider that having ill intentions. Even if you don't do it yourself, you're still having maybe others to do your dirty work. I hate to say it like that, but that's honestly kind of true. And also, I hate whenever people call something like this drama. It's not drama. Drama would be like Logan Paul beefing with PewDiePie. I don't know, I just threw that out there just for an example. This isn't drama. You literally doxed him. It's not drama. This is something super serious that could have super negative consequences, like him being put into literal danger because of you doing that. Now let's pretend for a moment that she just didn't realize that she doxed a person and that she had absolutely no harm intended with this post. She's still a fucking idiot for doing it. Now, YouTube does have a thing for off-platform behavior, to where even if you don't want to do this on YouTube, because let's say you were going to do something you get terminated for on YouTube, so you went over to something like Instagram, which would still get you banned, but you'll be like, oh, hey, at least I still have my YouTube channel. They have a system in place called creator responsibility, which is a way of them saying, hey, just because you're off platform, you're still going to be punished over here for messing up as bad as you do on another platform. It's important that you understand these guidelines and their role in our shared responsibility to keep YouTube healthy. Violating these guidelines may result in your videos being deleted, your channel receiving strikes, or for serious repeated violations, your channel being restricted or even terminated. As a YouTuber, you should remain responsible both on and off the platform. If we see that creators on and or off platform behavior harms our users, community, employees, or ecosystem, we may take action to protect the community. Which is completely a fair thing, because let's say right now I pulled like a Kanye and went on everywhere and said, I love Hitler. Then, they could still take me down for saying that. Even if I say on some of my Twitter or Instagram, they can still take me down for that. Regardless of my reasonings for saying that statement, whether they be because I actually disapprove everything you did, or say there were some things, but still the Holocaust was bad. Even if I were to say that and they still were like, well, that's still a dangerous statement because of who you're saying you like, then they could still take me down, and it'd be rightfully deserved, because I'm still saying somebody like Hitler was a good guy in any way of saying it. But they do also give us some examples down here through some bulletin points. Intending to cause malicious harm to others, participating, that I don't know why I struggled with that word, in abuse or violence, demonstrating cruelty, or participating in fraudulent or deceptive behavior that leads to real-world harm. Even though normally I wouldn't be an advocate for this kind of thing, because I don't think it shouldn't be something that you always advocate for, but this is a moment where I'm going to actually advocate for something like this. she needs to receive at least some form of punishment, whether that be just demonetization or even termination. Actually, I remember back there was a tweet that the Act Man made. I forgot what the tweet was, but it was about a joke about YouTube employees, and it was this was like after like a shooting that happened down at YouTube offices and whatnot. And since then, they've really been like going heavy duty on this guideline, which respect they should. And after that joke, they removed him from the partner program. And which honestly, I respect YouTube for actually doubling down on this statement and being like, this isn't great because, it's not great. You shouldn't have to fear for your life because a creator took something to another platform and then still, you're still not going to be able to do that in general, but still, somebody like SSSniperwolf can still have 34 million subscribers and then 5 million on Instagram and take that to Instagram but still have a YouTube channel. She shouldn't be able to do that. She should be able to be punished on everything, not just one platform. So I think I really respect YouTube for taking this type of situation seriously, and hopefully they do give SSniperwolf the punishment she does deserve, whether it be through demonetization or just termination in general. Because, like I said, I hate to just repeat myself like I'm a broken record, but he could be in potential danger by her doing this type of thing. Because it's there, people are screenshotting and everything. People that are just like that can still just repost it somewhere else, and then others can get onto it. And then let the story go on like that. So I think that it's really great that YouTube will still stay strong in this type of decision. Just hopefully, just because that SSniperwolf is a more YouTube favorite creator, then hopefully they don't just to say, oh, just an accident or whatever, or something like that. You know what I mean? But they don't just put her in the favoritism thing and then not just give her a little slap on the wrist and let her go about her day. Hopefully something that's actually worthy of whatever the punishment is that she did for this. Hopefully they give her that type of punishment. Alright, quick update on this actually, because I just got this information. Apparently SSniperwolf as well, I'm not going to show everything, I'll just show one little thing about this that I saw, has had a past of creepy behavior towards minors apparently. The one I'll show you comes from a specific video as well. So I won't show a clip, it'll just be like a screenshot. But apparently it's like a 16-year-old that was in that video, and it was like a thing where it's like flashing. Yeah, it's like you flash them and whatnot. It's like, so that is how that clip went. Now there's like SSniperwolf fans, like this stands just kind of in DEFCON like 5 or no DEFCON 1 level shenanigans right now, just going around like, well, actually, you see, it was actually just a bot that she had as the stranger, and like the video was like a cams girl or whatever, and whatever other shenanigans they have planned over there, but they're just like, it's not like a real 16-year-old, guys. So they're in DEFCON 1 levels of shenanigans right now. And also, apparently, YouTube has also even responded to this. Now, apparently, I've not seen anything of it, but apparently they've made, like, vague references I've heard. But this is the first official, like, statement on what they've said. And the only reason that, honestly, reading this tweet, I thought it actually seemed kind of vague to me, in all honesty. But apparently, it's specifically talking about SSniperwolf, as what this community note says. I don't know, it's one of those weird things, I guess. But anyways, the tweet reads, would it be too meta to do a reaction video to a reaction video? And then it's got the little community note there about talking about how it's in the wake of the controversy regarding SSniperwolf and doxxing Jack's films. Now, for a response to something like this, they could have even said, even if they were to, it'd be terrible if they did because, doxing. If they were to say, we do not condone this kind of behavior, but we will not be demonetizing or giving any strikes to SSniperwolf. Now, that would still be bad in itself because, she did dox him. But this is, if it wasn't for the community note, I feel like this would be considered an extremely vague statement. For this to be like the response that they're giving, it's kind of like, I did it like I was curious, but more like a, type of situation. You're like, why, YouTube? What is wrong with you? So I don't really know what all to say about this. It's just like one of those situations where it's like, I wish something would have happened. Even if she only got demonetized, I would still say that's enough for this. In all honesty, I honestly would have wanted SSniperwolf to get terminated, but I'm not saying that because of I'm an advocate when it comes to something like this. All right, when it comes to something like serious like doxing, I'm an advocate for somebody to get probably terminated off of the platform. But I could have dealt with demonetization because it at least shows that YouTube's taking a series like this seriously. But because of this response right here, it shows that they're not taking this really that seriously at all. Because they need it's literally a vague statement. Just the only reason that it's known is because of the community note. Unless Elon's just trying to sabotage YouTube right now, in which case, uh-oh. Anyways, that's about it. Everybody stay safe out there, and hopefully life's treating you all good. That's about it. But of course, as always, I hope y'all have a damn good one and take care of yourselves.